What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make the Horde from the Unbreakable series using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, Preset Head this time, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find Superman's head, which is of course this one right here. It's usually quite difficult to recreate an actor's likeness using a LEGO minifigure head, but personally this one really reminds me of James McAvoy, so I highly recommend you use it. Obviously we don't need any hair, so now of course we're going to move on to the body. Now if you didn't see my name or video, there's a trick here to getting the body that we want. So basically what you want to do is you want to choose a Bane's body like this. Then you want to go to custom body. We're going to go with body 5, and instead of pressing X, press square, because you can see here now we have a body that matches the skin tone of the head, which is great. So all you need to do now is leave color 1 alone, but for color 2 go with this one right here. Now then, for the arms, we're of course going to match the skin tone, so we'll do that right there. For the hips, unfortunately there's no yellow hips, so what we need to do is basically scroll down until we find this one right here. So you need a parademon hips right here, and you're not going to change the color of them, so just leave them as they are. There we go. Now for the legs, you're going to go ahead and go with boots. You want to make the first color the same as the hips, which I believe is this one right here. That's the closest I can get, so I think that looks really cool. And then for color 2, we're going to match the skin tone. So you can see here, he's basically wearing, you know, pants but with no shoes or anything. And I think that looks really, really cool. Now then, onto the effects. So we don't need a left hand glow or a right hand glow, but for the hit impact effects, we're going to turn that on, go with style 1, and we're going to make it black. Now for the jump slam effects, obviously the Horde is a very strong character, so what I did was I didn't want to basically use the same style as David Dunn, so instead I went with style 5. So you can see here, he smacks the ground and there's a bit more of an impact there. So if we make it black, that looks very, very cool indeed. Nice. Now then, onto the abilities. So we don't need to add any abilities to the tag button, but for the jump button, we're going to go to double tap X, double jump, turn that on, and we'll go with jump style 4, so you can do flips in the air like that, which is very cool. We're of course going to leave the hyper jump ability. We're also going to leave tap square as well, but on hold square, when we use the lunge attack, so we'll turn that on, we're going to go with lunge style 1, because you can see here, he rushes towards an enemy to attack them at super fast speeds. Now, I know that's very similar to a speedster, but the Horde is an extremely fast character, so I think it makes a lot of sense to give him that lunge style in particular. So I think that looks very, very cool. Now then, on tap circle, I went with an explosion attack. So what we're going to do is we'll go with, I believe, is it? No, not that one. Nope. Yes, that one there. Explosion style 4. So we'll go with that one. Make sure that the effect is the first one. And then for the color, we're going to go with black. And of course, for the damage type, just make sure that it is a heat explosion. Nice. And finally, we're going to go to hold circle. We're going to go to destroy mode, turn that on, and go with destroy mode style 3. Because you can see here, he rushes towards an enemy to attack them. Now, that is the wrong destroy mode there. I'm not sure why it is showing that. But basically, in-game, once I show it, you'll see it's got this very insane destroy mode lunge style attack, and it is super cool. Now then, onto the skills. So for the Horde skills, we don't need a grapple technology. Acrobat, yes, definitely. Mind control, no. No telekinesis. Wall climbing, yes. Yes to smash walls, and super strength as well. We don't need any of these abilities, but for tracking, I think that makes a lot of sense because he seems to be able to find people really quickly, you know, when they're hiding and everything like that. So I think it makes sense to give him tracking, and we'll go with this color right here because I believe on the posters for Glass, they're using yellow as the color for the Horde. So that's a nice little reference to that there. And finally, we'll go ahead and give him stealth. Nice. Now then, onto the personality. So for the health icon, I just went with yellow. For the health type, we're going to go with standard health. For the voice, just choose any male voice. For the speed, go with normal. For the target reticle, I went with Mercy Graves because that's the most basic one. And then for the animation, you of course want to go with strong because that definitely reminds me of the Horde, which is very cool. Alright, so we've done the appearance, the abilities, the personality. We don't need any weapons, so now all we need to do is fill in the basic information. So for the status, I'm going to put villain. For the affiliation, we'll put unknown. And then for the name, we're of course going to put the Horde. Or you can put the Beast if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Nice. Alright, cool. So now, of course, what we're going to do is drop the Horde into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is. This is, of course, my custom-made version of the Horde made in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Now, I'm very happy with the way that this character turned out. I mean, it's a really easy design to make, and the only thing that would really change is the hips, because as you can see there's a pattern, because unfortunately there are no yellow hips that are the same as the part of the legs which we chose there. But aside from that, I think it looks really cool. And the detail's not that bad compared to other hip pieces that you sometimes have to resort to using. Anyway, what can this character do? Well, if we go over here, we can attack these phone boxes like this. So there you go, that's pretty cool. We can also, if we tap circle, come over here and do this. This is very cool, check this out. Boom! Absolutely destroy everything there. If we come over here, we can do the target lunge ability. I think the cool thing about this, though, is to do it far away, so you can see how many objects you can attack. So there we go, attack all of them like that. And he rushes towards them like a speedster, which I think makes a lot of sense because the Horde, or the Beast in this case, you know, he is very fast. He is a very, very fast character, so this definitely makes a lot of sense. We've also got super strength. There we go. We can do the ground pound ability like that. That's pretty cool. And of course, we've also got this crazy attack here where you just rush towards enemies and attack them. And I love it. It just shows off the insanity of this character. Look at that. Ah, it's awesome. Very, very cool. So let's actually go fight the police as the Horde, which makes a lot more sense than what I did in the David Dunn video, because obviously this guy is a villain. I mean, some people might say, you know, he's a bit more neutral than a villain. Like, there's some parts of him, you know, because obviously you can understand his origin and everything's like that. But at the same time, you know, he does some bad stuff. So I still think he's a villain more than anything. Alright, come on. Let's get the police on us. I do hope this feature returns in future LEGO video games, because I think it's something that really allows you to showcase the character's abilities so well. You know, because in the old LEGO Marvel games, like, for example, I did my Mysterio Far From Home mod, and it's funny, I haven't played LEGO Marvel Superheroes in a while, and I was thinking, how do I showcase his combat abilities? And I remembered there's an alleyway where you unlock Luke Cage, and that, you know, never disappears, basically, the enemies that spawn there. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go there and showcase, you know, his combat attacks. But now we can do things where we can just go up to the police and attack them, and they come after us and stuff like that, and that's just, it's so useful. So I really hope these things return in future LEGO games. Now then, as I said in the David Dunn video, I am extremely excited to go see Glass tomorrow. It is going to be amazing. I mean, I absolutely love Split. I talked a lot about Unbreakable in the previous video, but I love Split. I've seen it 3 or 4 times now. I mean, it is so good. I'll probably rewatch Unbreakable tonight, but I don't think I'll rewatch Split because it is so fresh in my mind. I know Split so well. I mean, like I said, I've seen it so many times. I've seen Unbreakable many times as well, but I watched Split quite recently, so I don't see the point in watching it again. I think it was actually after the trailer for Glass dropped. That's how excited I was for this film. I mean, like I said in the David Dunn video, this is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and the reviews really don't bother me. I don't care what you know, those reviews say. If they didn't like it, fair enough. That's their opinion, and they're totally entitled to it. But for me, I'm going to form my own opinion. I'm just excited to watch it. I mean, I just don't see how it can go wrong. The way this has been set up is so clever. I mean, spoiler alert for Split, at the end of it, of course, we saw David Dunn, and that was the coolest surprise ever, because Split stands on its own as a brilliant movie, and the fact that all along it had a connection, a great connection to the Unbreakable universe. It's just amazing. It's so cleverly put together, and the fact that all these characters are coming together now is so cool. It is so, so very cool, and I just love that, and I just don't see how that can go wrong. Seeing the Horde, or the Beast, you know, I call him more the Beast, because this is definitely the Beast version of Kevin Wendell Crumb. But, you know, seeing that character go up against David Dunn in the trailers, and seeing it in full in the actual film, it's just going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. Right, we're really not getting a lot of police here. We need to get the SWAT team and everything. Time to start attacking a lot more people. Is this going to work? Oh, it does. That's cool. I can just rush towards people like this and attack them and get lots of notoriety. Sort of. The best way to get lots of notoriety is basically just to punch a civilian repeatedly until the SWAT come after you. Just like real life. Alright, come on. Come on, keep going. Keep going, there we go. There we go. I mean, this just goes to show how cool LEGO DC Supervillains' Customiser is. The fact that we can make David Dunn and the Horde, or the Beast, you know, it's just awesome. It really is. I never, ever thought that I'd ever be able to make these characters in a LEGO video game. And I'm so glad I can. And I'm so glad they turn out this good. It's so cool. It really makes it feel like you're playing as these characters. The Customiser has got to the point now where it doesn't feel like a custom character. I mean, I get a lot of comments from people sometimes. They say, you know, the Customiser is so good that when you show off the designs, people... Oh, okay. That went to another reality. You know, people are surprised that it's even a custom character. It looks real. It looks like a legitimate... a MIDI figure, and that's always a great compliment. I always love hearing that, but it just goes to show how good this Customiser is, and I cannot wait to see how it improves this year, because obviously we will be getting a new LEGO game. I would say maybe at E3 that'll get announced. I'm hoping it'll get announced at E3. I have no clue, but hopefully when that game is announced, we'll have a lot more cool features added to the character Customiser. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do the ground pound but destroy all the vehicles. Can I do that? I'll tell you what I can do. This! Yes! Take that. Boom. Like I said in the David Dunn video, it'll be interesting to see if this is the last movie in the Unbreakable universe, or if it's going to set up like a new character with superhuman abilities. Because you got to think, you've got, you know, Mr. Glass, who's incredibly intelligent. You've got people like, well, not people like the Horde. You've got the Horde, you know, Kevin Wendell Crumb, and then you've got David Dunn, who's super strong and resilient to a lot of damage. You know, obviously he survived the train crash. So, yeah, you got to think that if there's 3 people like that, surely there's other people with superhuman abilities in that world. Be interesting to see. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I'm excited. I mean, if they do set up another character, I'm very interested to see who it'll be, what powers they'll have. Because obviously with David Dunn and the Horde, you know, they're kind of similar. I love both characters, but they're both super strong. So I'm very curious to see if he can introduce, if M. Night Shyamalan can introduce something different. Very, very different. I mean, the Horde in itself is very different because it's multiple personalities, and that in itself is fascinating. It's a very, very clever character. I absolutely love the Horde. Very, very cool character. But when he's the Beast, he's very similar to Dunn with the super strength and everything. Anyway, guys, I think that'll probably do it for this video. I've kind of showcased everything everything that the Horde can do. He is a very cool character. I love this character. Cannot wait to see him in Glass. And it's just awesome to be able to play as him in a game like this. It is very, very cool. Because when the Glass trailer came out, I knew that I wanted to make all these characters in it. And I wasn't sure if it would be possible, especially this one right here. I mean, especially the Horde, because obviously there's no torso pieces, and yeah, I'm really glad that there's actually a glitch now that allows you to do that. Because if it wasn't there, then I don't think this would look as good as it does. So I'm really glad that glitch is there, and I hope it doesn't get patched. I really hope it doesn't get patched, because it's so useful, as you see in this video and the Namor video. And if we come over here, there's a little hint to what tomorrow's video will be. But as well as that, there's going to be another custom character video that has nothing to do, literally nothing to do with the Unbreakable universe, but I think you guys will really like it. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.